Let's face it, remakes get a bad rap, and me saying that probably has you rolling your eyes and sighing in frustration over the mere thought of what might be on this list. However, last year we revealed a list of the 5 best remakes ever made, and we didn't see anyone disagreeing. Now it's time to dig into the horror genre and find some classics and forgotten gems that deserve to be remade, not just because of the advancements in practical effects, but also because some of the filmmakers that we have today could enhance the level of terror that these films were on the cusp of, but just needed a little refining to get to that next level. Here are 5 horror films that are in desperate need of a remake that you may not have,
or probably,
heard of.
On the brink of suicide after his favorite TV sitcom is canceled, Henry Pinkle is talked off the ledge by a mysterious stranger, Sam Bones, who offers him an alternative to his death. Henry can become the star of his own TV show. Released in 1992, Star Time follows Henry, a mentally ill man who embarks on a mission to become famous by donning a baby mask and wielding a hatchet during a killing spree that will bring him fame and finally get him noticed. Star Time is one of those films that isn't particularly great, but it isn't bad. It has a story that catches your attention and takes you on a journey, and will have you saying to yourself, this is something on the cusp of something bigger. The film was far ahead of its time because if you were to take this concept and deliver it today with a modernized story around social media, there is a recipe for success, whether it is on the big screen or in a TV series.
The Ring, Grudge, I, and Dark Water. Here in the States, we are no stranger to finding a film from another country and trying to cash in on it. Usually, filmmakers aren't able to recapture that magic from the original. Bloody Reunion is a South Korean slasher film that flew under the radar, introducing a killer wearing a handmade bunny mask with a tragic backstory that all culminates in a great finale. In the film, a group of classmates from elementary school reunite 16 years later to visit their ailing former teacher, Miss Park, in hopes of cheering her up in what might be her final days. Only the reunion raises some old memories of their time together in school, which might not have been as pleasant as some remember. One by one, they each go missing, causing the former classmates to begin to turn on each other. Bloody Reunion not only introduces a great antagonist, but the kills are brutal and original that will leave you wanting more.
The 70s gave us Black Christmas, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween, Carrie, and the seldom talked about Tourist Trap, which tends to get lost in the mainstream, but not amongst die-hard horror fans. A group of friends stumble across a roadside museum after breaking down and meet Mr. Slauson, a lonely man still feeling the loss of his wife. The museum is home to several animated waxwork figures, including one designed in the likeness of his late wife. If you are not feeling slightly unsettled by this point, because let's face it, wax mannequins are creepy in their own right, we are then introduced to a man wearing the face of a mannequin that's a bit more disturbing than the mask we saw Leatherface wear 5 years earlier. As the story unfolds, the eeriness of the film builds, leaving you a bit unsettled as it perfectly utilizes its PG rating to deliver scares and maybe a few sleepless nights. Now, whether we were to get a modern day retelling of the story or one set back in the 70s or 80s, Tourist Trap deserves a remake with a harder rating.
Occasionally, there will be a film that haunts you in real life or causes you to rethink certain situations. Films like Jaws caused people to stay out of the water. And the log truck in Final Destination 2 haunts many of us till this day. The stuff may make you rethink buying a jar of fluff to go with your peanut butter. Yes, that was me. Larry Cohen's The Stuff, released in 1985 and was a horror satire on consumerism. In the film, an addictive alien substance is discovered oozing out of the ground and is soon packaged and sold, becoming a popular dessert here in the States. But soon, that white marshmallowy treat begins attacking people by turning them into zombies from the inside out. While The Stuff is a cult classic, it stands to benefit from updated modern day effects and a bigger budget. Toss in a director who understands how to deliver satire comedy like Adam McKay, and we can fully take advantage of how the more things change, the more they truly stay the same. Only this time around, we can build it around absurd social media challenges like eating Tide Pods or walking on milk crates.
All right? Charlie, are you all right? What's the matter?
Having seen its influence in films like The Descent, Midnight Meat Train, The Cave, C.H.U.D is a campy 80s horror film about cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers that are behind a series of disappearances in the city. An investigation leads a police officer and homeless shelter manager to investigate the sewers of New York City, where they encounter the humanoid creatures. C.H.U.D is a cult classic that quadrupled its budget and spawned a sequel, and while the film has been referenced in countless shows today, we have yet to revisit the sewers and bring this back to the big screen. Not only does the remake stand to benefit from updated special effects, but with the recent release of Barbarian, if done right, C.H.U.D could be extremely terrifying. However, in order for it to work, the creatures have to be a complement to the story, much like the creatures in The Descent. We need a compelling story with characters dealing with their own problems that are only made worse when they encounter the C.H.U.D.
Do you agree with our list, or do you have a suggestion for something that we should cover in a future list? Let us know by dropping that in the comments. And don't forget,
Like, comment, share, and subscribe.
thank you as always. We appreciate you for watching, and until the next.
See ya.